Nice and toasty in here. I like it. And you guys went silent as I walked up here. You know, that feels like a conductor coming up to the stand in an orchestra. I'm like, okay, let me do my thing here. Hello, everybody. My name is Meg, for those of you who don't know me. A couple of new people in here for Ignite. So the only difference between Ignite and our regular Journey into Power classes, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Same sequence. We just dial it up and dial it down. You can use weights. You can use resistance bands. We have them over on the back wall. If you ever want to borrow stuff, you're more than welcome to borrow that. But other than that, we're going to get started in child's pose and get nice and sweaty and warmed up and all of that good stuff as we slowly crawl our way to the very last couple of days of the year. So for the first few breaths, just take time to settle in, to let your body settle down to the mat, your fingertips down onto the mat. Let your body defrost if you've been outside for a good bit before you came into the studio or came into your mat at home. Just give yourself the opportunity to settle. And take a deep breath in together. Fill all the way up. And exhale it out. Good. 2 more like that. A big breath in. Big exhale. Last one. Fill up all the way. Exhale all the way. And start to build your Ujjayi breath. A long inhale with a pause at the top. A long exhale with a pause at the bottom. Really purposeful and intentional so you can start to build heat and rhythm from the center of your body all the way up to your extremities. Take downward facing dog. Move your down dog around any way that you need to. Pedal out your feet, shake out your head, move your body around, just get settled in, where each one of your fingertips, each one of your toes are firmly connected to the floor. And walk your feet up to your hands and hang in ragdoll. Pull the pit of your belly weight in and up and bring some softness into your knees. It doesn't need to be a big bend, but enough that your legs can get warmed up, the middle of your back can get warmed up. Yeah, if you want to sway side to side, go ahead and take some movement. And press into your feet, rise all the way up to standing. Reach through your fingertips and bring your thumbs to heart center. Set your intention for your practice. Pick one specific word that you want to focus on. And we'll send out those intentions with 3 ohms. Deep breath in. Inhale, reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull if you've got weights. High push up and pause. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths together. In. Big exhale. Breathe in together. Empty out. Last one, fill up. Exhale completely. Look forward and move, feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull, fold down. Extended mountain, take your breath all the way up to your fingertips. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull, high plank. Knee tap, low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Big breath in together. Big exhale. Yeah, like that. Breathe in. Empty it out. One more, fill up. Push all the air back out. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain rise all the way up and reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee to right elbow, knee to left elbow. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Clear it out. Yeah, start to build heat. Breathe in. Purposeful exhale. One more breath. Push it all the way out. Spring forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Extended mountain rise up. Lift up through your chest. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Keep building that breath. Pose by pose. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in together. Let it go. Breath in. Exhale. Yes. One more. Fill together. Push all the air out. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. One more sun A. Rise up to standing and reach. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull with the weights. High push up. Knee tap. Low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Clear it out. Breathe in. Empty. Last one. Get all the way empty. Step or jump. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose and stay. Get way back in your hips and let the breath flow all the way down into your feet. One more inhale. Twist right on your exhale. Open your arms, breathe in. Stay for the whole breath out. Chair pose, reach, twist left. Inhale, open. Stay for the whole breath out. Back up to chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Step your foot between your hands. You can have weights or open palms. Then chaturanga, hands to the mat. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot, step between your hands and go. Reach all the way up. Low push up. Beautiful. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in together. Clear it out. Breath number 2. Inhale. Push it back out. Yes. One more. Fill. Exhale completely to the pit of your belly. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. One breath this time. Reach. Twist right. Open on the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Open. Breathe in. Stay for the whole breath out. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee on the right. Knee on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Step through. Lift through your chest. Good. Chaturanga. Hands to the mat. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left side. Warrior one. Press, lift, reach. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breath in together. Big exhale. Inhale. Clear it out. Last one. Fill. Empty completely. Step or jump. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Sit deep. Breathe in. Twist right. Open on the inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. Chair pose. Reach. Twist left. Expand on the inhale. Stay, exhale, and twist. Chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap. Knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Lunge deeper on this one. Bring your thigh parallel with the floor. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left side, warrior one. Step into it. Reach up tall. Low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Big breath in together. Clear it out. Yes. Breathe in. Breath out. One more. Exhale completely. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down, chair pose, sit deep. Twist right. Open on the inhale. Stay for the breath out. Chair pose. Twist left. Inhale to expand. Stay for the whole exhale. Then chair pose. Forward fold. Halfway lift, tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap and knee tap. Low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right side warrior. Step into it. Go up. Look up. Chaturanga. Hands to the mat. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Plant. Take your whole breath all the way up. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Sigh it out. Yeah, get clear. Make noise. Breathe in. Purposeful exhale. Yes, one more. Get all the air out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. Fold down. Last sun beat. Chair pose. Twist right. Inhale and open. Stay for the breath out. Good. Chair. Extend. Twist left. Open on the inhale. Stay for the whole exhale. Then chair pose. Fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Step. Go deep. Thigh parallel. Yes, Jenna. Beautiful. Chaturanga. Up and down. Left side. Warrior one. Step. Thigh parallel with your mat. Yes, Jen. Beautiful. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Oh. Yes. Welcome, new Ignite people. Welcome to Ignite. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Pause right here, get the breath going. Big, full 4-part breath. You can stay here in 3-legged or flip your dog, go all the way over. Connect your feet to the floor. Connect your fingertips on your left hand down into the floor. Then heart wide open. So if wheel pose is already there for you, take it. If a big open cactus arm is there for you, take that. Yes, beautiful. Flip back over, side plank. You can have a weight in your top hand or open palm up toward the ceiling. You choose. Everything stacked. Wrist on top of elbow, on top of shoulder, all the way down towards the floor. Then set your eyes on one spot. One spot to keep your balance. One more inhale. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and open your hip. Pause here to create breath. Make it big and powerful. So it doesn't matter what pose you're doing, there's still that sense of rhythm. Then flip your dog. Steady breath, especially if you can't hear the person practicing closest to you. Breathe louder so they come back into their body and into the room. Yeah, there it is. Flip back over, side plank. Weight in that top hand if you want it there. Squeeze your inner thighs together a lot. Even if you've got that top leg lifted, yes, Paul, the inner thighs pulled towards center line. Good, Roy. One more breath here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in. Sigh it out. Crescent lunge, right side. Step your right foot between your hands. Restart the breath here. This is one of those, I'm going to hold my breath poses while I set things up, and then I'll start breathing again. So come back into that. Lunge deep in your front leg. Yes, stack your front knee right on top of your front ankle. Hands up to the ceiling. Lift the front of your chest up and away from the floor. Yes, there you go. Keep that lift in your chest. Hands to heart center. Twist right. You can keep palms together or open your arms. Some of you can press that back thigh up toward the ceiling even more. Yes, good adjustment. So the back leg's on fire, making the pose happen from the ground up. One more inhale. Stay for the whole exhale. Twist, twist, twist. Unwind. Warrior two. Face the opposite way. Take up lots of space in warrior two. We're doing really good with the thigh parallel with the mat deal, so keep going with that. Extended side angle. Elbow to your thigh or fingertips down by your front arch. Back into the breath. Make it purposeful. Take a half bind, top arm around your back. Then peel that top shoulder open. Peel it open towards the wall behind you. One more inhale here. High to low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Big exhale. Left side crescent lunge. Breath the whole way as you set up each pose and as you land in each pose. It's just in the background, going pose by pose. Come deeper into the lunge. Then send that back heel straight up to the ceiling. Yes. Hands to heart center. Twist left. So nothing changes about your powerful legs. You still got that back thigh going straight up to the ceiling and open your arms. Each one of your toes, especially your pinky toe on your back foot, straight down into the mat. Yes, Brian, there it is. One more inhale. Stay for the whole exhale. Warrior two, unwind. It's like a tightly coiled spring. It goes tighter, 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 and then springs open into warrior two. Come down deeper. Extended side angle. It's interesting that I say come down deeper, and you're like, yeah, no problem, I can do that. Start there. Start already deeper. Half bind, top arm around your back. Stay deep in the lunge so that you've got more space to work with for the bind when you're deeper in the lunge. Yeah, one more breath there. High to low push up. Upward facing dog, deep breath in. Downward facing dog, clear it out. Breathe in together. Exhale. Yes, two more. In, empty. Last one, fill up. Exhale everything out. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift, tricep pull with the weights. Fold down. Chair pose, sit deep. Down, down, down in the chair, all the way back in your heels so you can lift and spread your toes up and away from the floor. Yes, beautiful. Sit 2 inches lower. Go from chair pose to iron footstool. Rise up onto the ball mounds of your feet and reach your fingertips straight ahead of you. Yes, thighs parallel with your mat. Drop your heels, hands to heart, twist to the right. Stay in it, stay in the bend so that the heat can build in your legs. Open up your arms. Spread your fingertips wide apart. Yes, stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose, forward folds. Take your first 2 fingers around your big toes. First 2 fingers around your toes, and then draw your chest down toward your shins so your elbows bend out toward the sides. Yes. There you go. Get settled into that fold. Now that things are warmed up, things are more stretched out, you've got room to tip your tailbone up toward the ceiling. Now take crow pose from the head of your mat. Crow pose from the head of your mat. Spread out your fingers super wide and then get your knees tucked way up in towards your armpits. So whether you intend to take your feet off the floor or leave them on the floor, totally fine. Start to pull everything in towards center. The pit of your belly, your front ribs into center. Yes. And those of you holding the crow really steady, spread out the space in your upper back. Yes, Paul. Yes, Roy. Like that tissue between your shoulder blades, nice and broad. Yes, Jenna. One more breath. Step or jump back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in. Big exhale. Move forward. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Chair pose. Way down deep in the chair. All the way back in the heels, back in the hips. You're almost about to fall backwards. Breathe. Sit 2 inches deeper. Good. Iron footstool. Right up on the balls of your feet. Reach your arms straight out in front. Squeeze your leg muscles into the bones. Drop your heels, hands to heart. Twist left. Open your arms. Let the heat build. You're only going to be here for a few moments, so let it build and go all the way up and out through your top fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chair pose. Fold. Gorilla. Step on your palms. Toes all the way up to your wrists. So even though it's an active fold, right, active tipping of the tailbone up to the ceiling, there's a moment to pause and slow your heart rate back down. A moment to revisit your breath if it got a little bit away from you there. Release your hands. Crow number 2 from the head of your mat. If crow feels comfortable for you, I want you to work on bringing one knee, hover them between your elbows, and then put it back on your tricep. Yes, Jem, there you go. Yeah, see? Yeah, now that's turning into a different pose too, so that's good. So you're hovering the knee or you're working on crow. Yes, Brian. Hover, hover. You've got one more breath wherever you are. Step or jump back, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good work. Breathe in together. Exhale it out. 2 more. In. Empty. 1 more. Exhale it out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift, tricep pull. Fold down. Rise all the way up to standing. Eagle pose, right side. Right arm under. Right leg over. Pick your drishti right away, or one focal point in front of you to help keep your balance. And then sit a little lower in your hips. Drop your tailbone, just like a plumb line, straight down towards the floor. Keep your eyes on one spot. Left side eagle. Left arm under, left leg over. Check in every single pose. Is the breath happening? Right in the beginning of the pose, is breath present? Tailbone straight down towards the floor. Yes, Jared, that was beautiful. That tiny shift will make more space in your low back for this pose. Right side eagle, second set. Right arm under, right leg over. Eyes to one fixed point. Steady breath. Keep your arms bound. Take airplane with your legs. Press, press, press your foot to the back of the room. Get to full extension where you couldn't possibly straighten your lifted leg anymore. Then full airplane. Reach your arms behind you. Get long, long, and press through the center of your lifted heel. Half moon, open up. Left hand to the ground. Right hand up to the sky. You can have your hand, bottom hand on a block, on a water bottle. Use whatever you like to use. Flex your lifted ankle a lot. Yes. One more inhale here. Open up. Both feet to the floor. Eagle pose, left side. Left arm under, left leg over. And then reset the breath. Just check in again, okay? Steady, rhythmic, eyes on one spot. Now go for the pose. Eyes stay focused. Keep your arms bound. Airplane with your legs. Slow and controlled. You've got time. A full long transition. Yes, beautiful. All the way back and then reach your arms back. Full airplane. So it helps to pull the pit of your belly in and up. Yes, so the whole body is working together as one unit. Keep the pit of your belly in and up. Half moon, open up. Slow and controlled. You've got time. And then the more you flex your lifted ankle, the lighter that leg goes up to the ceiling. Big inhale. Feet to the mat. Standing bow or dancer's pose, right side. So for standing bow, soft crease of the elbow faces out. Hand on the inside of your ankle. Band straps, whatever you like to use for dancer's pose. I'm a big fan of the resistance bands because they got like stretch to them. Gives you a little wiggle room. Take your pose, tip forward. Bring more breath. It's easier to keep the balance when you've got breath going. And then when you get to a space where it's comfortable, tip a little further forward, so you have to press back with your shin to catch the balance. Yeah, take that risk. You tip a little bit further, and then the left side. Switch. Soft crease of the elbow out for the standing pose. Switch legs for the dancer poses. Go for it. I love that there's so many different variations in the room tonight. Lots of different tools being used, different modifications and variations of the poses. Set your eyes on one spot. Soften your standing knee just a little bit. Yeah, so you can get into the four corners of your standing foot and connect them. Last breath. Right side, second set. You got it. You can switch to dancers or stick with the same pose you've been working on. Standing bow or dancer's pose. Eyes on one spot. Get settled into the four corners of your standing foot. Take your pose. Bring breath. Resist the urge to just come out of the pose if you start to lose your balance. Try to fight it and pull in through the pit of your belly to help catch the balance. One more breath. Switch. One more. Left side. The balance likes to mess with your mind too. Like one day you'll stick all the balancing poses. You're like, cool, got it. Next day you're like, what is going on right now? You just work with what you have right now. Right here. How much further can you press? How much further can you stretch? Go right up to the edge of it. Both feet to the floor. Come up to the head of your mat for tree pose, right side. So two options for tree pose. You can have weights in your arms and make cactus arms, or you can take a bind behind your back. So a cow face bind is left hand on top, right hand on the bottom. And if you can't reach your fingertips, just put a towel or a strap between your hands. So you pick the variation. Stand up nice and tall. Those of you with your cactus arms, you're going to tap them overhead for 10, 9, 8, 7, eyes on one spot, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Those of you taking the bind, opposite elbow on top. And if you're working with the movement of arms and it's really throwing your balance off, you can always do a kickstand as well, because that'll help you keep your balance. Okay, hands overhead to tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the floor. Extended mountain. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Tricep pull with the weights. High push up. Knee tap on the right. Knee tap on the left. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot between your hands. Triangle pose. Triangle. You can have the hand on the block behind your shin or hand just right on top of your shin. Bring breath. Yeah, lots of breath. If this pose is starting to feel really comfortable with your feet, I want you to experiment with taking a longer stance. Take up more space on your mat and try that on. Press down with your big toe mat on your front foot. Anchor it into the floor. Pull yourself all the way up to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. Turn both feet to face the long edge of your mat and have your feet be parallel, if not pigeon-toed. Like at least parallel. Hinge forward. We'll work some ninja lunges tonight because it's really cold outside. So bend your right knee, sink into your right hip. Over to the left side, into your left hip. So you create what speed you want to go side to side. For some of you, you'll be pretty flexible at this point. You can go a little quicker. For people who have tighter hips, go a little slower. So everyone's doing the same movement. It's just customized to fit your body as it is right now. Yeah, you can use a block under your hands. Love it. A few more times on either side. Get into the juice and the space of both of your hip joints. Then I'll come back to center. Press into your feet. Rise up to standing. Namaste, front facing forward fold or splits. Some of you will take the splits for the namaste fold, a baby warrior one stance with your feet, and then take a bind behind your back. Feet at least hip-width distance apart, hinge forward. Those of you taking the splits, blocks are a super big help in the splits. At least for me, they're a big help because my hamstrings are so tight. So use the tools that you've got. Everybody start breathing. Let your hamstrings open up and warm up on the back sides of your legs so they can wake up all the way down into your feet and your toes. Twisting triangle or twisting splits. Wring yourself out to the right edge of your mat. Big, powerful breaths. Use the inhales to lengthen out your spine. Exhales to twist and squeeze in towards center. Good. You've got one more breath here, and then stay for the whole exhale. Twist, twist, twist. High to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One breath in together. Clear it all out. Left side triangle. Step your foot through. Create your base. So whether you feel like you've got long legs or not, it's pretty much your whole mat, the whole mat width of space for everybody taking the pose. Big long inhale, send them all the way up to your fingertips. Exhales that help press your feet down into your mat. Soften your back knee a little bit. Use that space, the soft knee in the back leg, so you can press the outer edge of your back foot into the ground. Rise all the way to standing. Side facing wide leg fold. You've got two options tonight on this side. You can interlace your fingers at your low back and hinge forward, or wide leg handstand hops. So if you're taking the hops, it's fingers spread nice and wide out on the floor in front of you, arms stay straight. And you start by playing with the weight going into your palms. Yes, Paul. So there's control to it. You take your time so the muscles can hug into the bones and help you get upside down, or hug into your legs so you can hang out in the fold. Soften your knees. Those of you in the fold, yeah, soft knees. So your tailbone can go straight up to the ceiling. Good. Inversion, start to make your way down. Those of you in the bind, let your hands come down to the floor and rise all the way up to standing. Namaste front facing, or splits on the other side. Take your bind behind your back. Those of you taking the namaste fold, and hinge forward. Square hips to the front edge of your mat. So it'll be the right hip that tries to pull back and take you out of the stretch. Keep pulling it forward. And if it feels like there's a bit of stuckness in this namaste fold, you can take your feet wider or a little closer together so you've got more room to work with. Twisting triangle or twisting splits. Feet stay powerful, legs stay powerful. Yeah, from the pit of your belly, the very bottom of your abdomen, all the way up and out through the crown of your head. One more inhale together. Whole exhale, twist, twist, twist. High to low push up. Big breath in up dog. Open up your chest. Downward facing dog. Inhale together. Exhale it out. Yeah, you can sigh if you want. Breathe in. Clear it. One more. Exhale completely. Roll out to a high plank. Shoulders right on top of your wrists. We'll do mountain climbers before you make your way to the floor. So knees into your nose. You go at your own pace. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way to the mat. Yes. Oh, and we're going control to the mat. I love it. Locust pose or Superman. Hands back by your hips or arms reaching out in front. Yes. Stretch yourself out nice and long. Rise up off the mat. Slide tuck to your chin so you can lengthen out the back of your neck. Yeah, good adjustments. There it is. So the line is from your toes out through the crown of your head. Stretch those 2 points away from one another as long as they'll go. One more inhale. Lower down. Rock your hips left and right to release your low back. Number 2, locust or Superman. You choose, rise up. Bring breath into it here too. Even with your stomach pressed into the floor, there's space in your chest for your lungs to expand. So bring it right into the top of your chest. Big, full breaths. Last inhale. Lower down. Take it side to side. Floor bow number 1. Bend your knees and grab a hold of your ankles. Then march your thighs together so your knees are pointing straight back. Yeah, there you go. Now rise up. Press through your shins and your feet. Let your legs really drive the train, and then arms are along for the ride to open you up. Big and open space across your chest. Across the soles of your feet even. Flex your ankles. Yes, good. One more breath. Lower down. Take it side to side. Floor bow number 2. Switch legs if you took one, or grab both ankles again. Rise up. Squeeze into center and lift. Then everybody flex your ankles. Good. Spread your toes apart like you want your toes to touch the ceiling. Yeah. One more inhale. Lower down. Side to side. Upward facing dog. Rise up off the mat. Downward facing dog. Lower your knees for one camel pose tonight. Plant your knees, and you can tuck or untuck your toes. Rise up through your chest and go back. Up through your chest and go back. Make as much length across the front side of your body as you can. So as you press your chest up to the ceiling, root your knees and your feet down into the floor. On your next inhale, rise up and out. Downward facing dog to reset. Look between your hands. Step or jump through to sit. Come into staff pose. Legs straight out in front, tall spine. You're going to slow race your neighbor down towards the floor. Not a competition because it's yoga. We're not competing here, but slow race your neighbor down to the floor. Reach your arms out in front. Lower bone by bone. Your back down to the mat. Slow as you can go. So if I ask you to stop, you could just hold it and then keep going. Yeah, breathe too on your way down. Some of you are holding your breath. Pause. Lower, lower, lower. I know, I love it. So much control. Each vertebrae all the way to the floor. And then when you get there tomorrow, for some of you, it looks like bridge pose. Bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor. So if you like putting a block between your thighs, you can do that. Or just put your attention on the inner thighs pulling together. Press into your feet, rise up. Hand and arm options. You can interlace your hands at your low back or take a cactus arm. The goal is to get your shoulder blades together underneath you so you can lift your chest up to the ceiling. So whichever arm position facilitates that. Add more breath. One more inhale together. Lower down. Take your knees side to side. Second bridge pose. Plant your feet. Rise up. You got it. Center of both of your heels straight down into the mat. Shoulder blades straight down into the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest. Press your right foot up to the sky. Pulse your hips up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Plug that right big toe mound into the floor. Pulse your hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot on the ground, lower down, knees side to side. Okay, lots of work, lots of heat, all the sweating. Time for a wheel pose. Wheel pose number 1. Tuck your fingertips under your shoulders. Press down, rise up. Yes, big and open space across the front side of your body. You got it. Eyes on one spot. Then tuck your chin and come down. Take a breath in together. Big exhale. Number 2, wheel pose. Press, lift, move, up and away from the floor. Set your eyes right on one spot. Get specific about it. Dial in, then tuck your chin and come down. Full breath. Full exhale. Number 3, press and move. And you can alternate between bridge pose and wheel pose. You customize your own practice. Then tuck your chin and come down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Next wheel pose. Number 4, rise up. And if you stay up in the wheel pose, then what becomes possible? Is it a leg in the air or a hand in the air? Then tuck your chin and come down. Breath in. Breath out. Rise up, wheel pose. You got it. Bridge or wheel. Press and go. Plug your big toe mounds down. Lower down. Breath in. Breath out. One more wheel. You got it. Without even thinking about it, just tuck your fingertips and go. Rise away from the mat. Yes, the biggest back bend you're going to do all practice. Let it be full expression where the whole body is integrated. Then tuck your chin and come down. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together. Hands wherever they want to go. Hands wherever they feel best. Yeah, keep your eyes open right up at the ceiling. Pick one spot to look at. Steady breath. If it got away, bring it back. Super intentional. Happy baby or dead bug. You can grab the outside edges of your feet or the backs of your thighs. Draw your tailbone down towards the floor. You can rock side to side. And legs straight up in the air. Hands either underneath your glutes or hands behind your head for scissor legs. So right leg halfway towards the floor. Halfway to the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale, switch your legs. Good. Stay right here. Breathe in. Exhale, switch. Yes, keep going with your own breath. A breath to movement connection. So even if you're slower or quicker than your neighbor, that's fine. It's your breath to your movement. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Hands can go underneath your glutes or stay behind your head. You choose. Both legs down 30 degrees towards the floor. Flex your ankles. Lower another 30. Belly down to the floor. Keep breathing. You got it. Lower to hover. Flutter kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Belly down to the floor. Hit the reset button. Number 2. Lower 30. Lower 60. Lower to hover, scissor kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up, belly down to the floor. Reset. You've got one more. Lower 30, lower 60. Lower to hover, pendulum swing the legs left and right, back and forth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs up, knees into your chest. I know. Rock forward and back. Come up into boat pose with either weights or a block right at heart center. So know that in your boat pose, if the rocking back and forth makes the pose a little unstable, you can always drop your heels to the ground to stabilize it. Go side to side. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Flex your ankles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Make your way there. Downward facing dog. To right side half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist. Set yourself up. You can put a block or a water bottle under your hip or under your forehead, like customize the pose so that you can get settled into stillness. You can stack your fists and put your forehead on your hands. Give your head a place to rest. Commit to your breath, though. Recommit to breath. Sometimes you get on your mat and it feels like, yep, I'm just in the zone and the breath is flowing and I don't even have to think about it twice. And other times you come on your mat and it's every single pose, you're like, crap, I stopped breathing. Crap, I stopped breathing. You just keep coming back. Step in front of the space of making up a thing about why you are or aren't keeping up with the breath and just restart again. When you free up that space and just make a shift, rather than making a story around it, it gives you a lot of extra time to work with, a lot of space to work with. Last couple of breaths here. You can stay in the half pigeon or take king pigeon. We'll bend your back knee and grab a hold of your back ankle. You may need to come out of the pose a little bit to get the grip on the ankle or the foot. That's fine. Steady breath. Keep your focus there. Downward facing dog. Shake it out. Left side half pigeon. Left knee to left wrist. Thigh parallel with the edge of your mat, and then you decide how far forward your shin goes. I like to make a point of it to check in with where my shin needs to be in this pose every time I'm on my mat, because you might be surprised how much space you've got to work with, and then all of a sudden your shin can come further forward. Be curious about your practice in that way. So whether you've been practicing only a couple times or you've been on your mat thousands of times, stay curious about it. What happens if you shift this? What happens if you put that a little bit over here instead of over there? More breath. Steady and purposeful to keep your attention right here, right in the room. Stay in half pigeon or take king pigeon. Let there be a softness to it. A softness in the opening poses, so it's not like you're forcing the hips to be open or the quad to be open in king pigeon. It melts open because you've done the work in the beginning part of practice. Downward facing dog. Frog pose in studio, face the front windows. Those of you at home, practice, set up your frog however you want to. So you want your joints at 90 degrees, hips at 90 degrees, knees at 90 degrees, and your ankles flexed so your feet can be at 90. You're more than welcome to take this pose on your back if you'd like. If this bugs your knees on the ground, take it on your back and have your feet against the wall. Same pose, just upside down. Set your eyes on one spot. Breathe right here. There's the initial wave of your brain going, okay, that's enough, I need to get out. Just stay. You've done plenty of work to open up space and create some stretch, almost like a taffy, like turning your body into taffy so it can be pulled and stretched in different directions. Let it settle down into frog. And as you come up to the edge of the pose where you feel as though I can't go any further, I can't open any more, breathe right there on the edge. Nice long exhales to let it soften, let your body relax a bit more. One more inhale together, fill all the way up. Big exhale. Slowly make your way out by crawling forward till your stomach touches the floor, and then bring your legs together. Yeah, seated single leg extension when you get back onto your mat. Right leg out, left heel in. Two options on this side. You can fold straight over the leg or take a nice side bend and stretch out the side of your torso. I know for me in my practice when it's this time of year and it gets really cold outside, I like to take the side bend because my side body gets super tight. Either way, long, steady breath. You can be specific about where you send your breath. Send it onto the side of your body or your low back if you're folded forward to open up that tissue and create more space. Switch sides, opposite leg out, opposite heel in. Then you decide the fold forward or the side bend. Dial into the space on your back or your side waist where it feels tightest and focus your breath on that one spot. See if you can get it to open a bit. The space that makes it feel like you can't inhale anymore because it's tight. Breathe right there. Seated forward fold. Both legs straight in front. Hinge right at your hips. Point your toes up to the ceiling. Yeah, and then the outer edge of your feet, curl that back towards your face. Yes. So either a little or a lot of bend in your knees. Better to have more of a bend to release your hamstrings and lock out the legs. So you really want a sense of stretch from the back of your heels, up your legs, up your spine to the back of your head, versus you can't feel your legs because they're locked, and then the stretch is all on your low back. Rise up, make your way down onto your back, and let's get upside down. One last opportunity for upside down. So you can do waterfall with your legs in the air, shoulder stands. Take plow pose first. Let your legs come up overhead. Legs overhead and then hands on your low back to create a stable foundation. If you're working on headstands and handstands, you've got plenty of time to do that. So you really customize, like, what do I need to do in this last part of practice to know that I'll feel complete? Complete once you're done for the night. Nice control, Jarrett. Breath the whole time you're here. Headstands and handstands. You've got a couple more breaths and then child's pose. Those of you in shoulder stand or waterfall, take plow. Long legs back behind you. You can keep your hands on your low back for added support too if your feet don't touch the floor. And deaf yogi, bend your knees, hug the sides of your head. Slowly unravel piece by piece. Ruby's waving from home. Hello. Hug your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Supine twist. Drop your knees over to the right and look left. Allow the weight of your body to settle you down towards the floor. Supine twist the opposite way. A subtle, a deep rest feeling in your physical body. Supta Baddha Konasana. Come back to center. One last time, press the soles of your feet together. Shavasana. Let your legs go long on your mat. You've got a cold eye towel by the upper corner of your mat, so you can put that on your chest or your face or wherever it might feel good to put a cold towel. And take a long breath in through your nose. Fill yourself up and up and up. Exhale it out. Let your entire body rest easy on your mat. Deepen your breath. Bring some movement back into your hands and your feet. And plant your feet on the floor and rock onto your right side. And with your eyes still closed, press down and rise up. Take a comfortable seat. Inhale, reach your hands overhead. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. We'll finish our practice together with 3 final ohms. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath in, exhale it out. Thumb knuckles to forehead center. Thank you all so much for coming in the studio, for signing in virtually, and making your practice happen tonight. Namaste. Good work, everybody. Nice and sweaty. So, couple of things. Eye towels. There are hampers outside of both doors of the studio. You can drop your eye towel in either one of those. And if you're looking for a last-minute Christmas present, since we're only a couple days away here, we do sell gift cards for the Get Started packages. So if you have somebody who's kind of interested in yoga, but you don't know when they're going to start, gift cards definitely the way to go, because then they can come in whenever they want and start the package then. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Have an awesome rest of your night, and I will see you on Thursday.